Welcome to lesson 50 of numbers and operations. Estimate decimal products and quotients. So before we get into division, we're going to estimate division and multiplication. Product means multiply. Well, it's the answer to a multiplication problem, and a quotient is an answer to a division problem. So I'm going to shoot through the objectives, the vocabulary, the rules, and the notes. Okay, and get to the first example. So here we go. Estimate each product by rounding. So again, nobody tells you which place value to round to. So what you want to do is look at your smallest place value, which is hundredths, and we're going to round to tenths. We're going to round to in this case, it would be the highest place value. So we're going to do 0.9 times 0.5. Okay. And we know that 9 times 5 is 45. And two decimals. So it's about 45 over 100. 45 hundredths. And remember, this is estimating, so we're getting close. We could be off by a little bit, but we're close enough. Okay. Estimate. This is actually a quotient, and that's so a typo. So 17.7 divided by 0.0003. And I understand, Mr. Walls, you can't have decimals in a fraction. Yes, you're right, but this line actually means divide. So this is an operator. This is not a final answer. This is only a beginning. So, okay, so we have 18. I lost my pen for a second. 18 divided by 0.0003. So now, we made these numbers what's called compatible numbers. 3 is a factor of 18, and we know that 18 divided by 3 is 6. But, and I should have probably did the dividing decimals videos first so you get the rule, but I'm going to share the rule with you now because this is a little different. So whenever you divide by decimals, you actually have to make the divisor, the number on the outside, a whole number. So you see we move this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Put a decimal, move it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Put your zeros in, put your decimal on top of the house. This decimal is no longer here. It gets moved here. Let me put that in red so that you can see it. And so 3 goes into 18 6 times. And then 6 times 3 is 18, and the rest is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this actually becomes 60,000. So be careful when you're dividing. When multiplying decimals, your numbers, you just count how many numbers are after the decimal and then move it over. But it's the opposite when dividing. You have to make the number that you're dividing by a whole number, move the other number, the decimals, the same amount, and then do the division. And we'll see that come up in the next video. Those are our 2 examples. Please catch me at the end of the video for the recap. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to round to ones because that's our largest place value. 3.8 is roughly 4. 8 rounds to 8. 8.4 rounds to 8. So 4 times 8 is 32. So we're roughly going to be around 32. Okay, so we have 39. We're going to round to the ones column because 9 is in the ones column. So we're going to round. So looking at the right, we add 1. When we add 1, this becomes 40 divided by 5 goes up. 9 add 1 becomes 10. 40 divided by 10 becomes 4. Okay, so when we use, say, compatible numbers, what we're looking for is numbers that are factors of the divisor being a factor of the dividend. So we're going to just look at the 75 part of it. 75 doesn't evenly divide by 23, but I know 75 divides by 25. Because if you just think about quarters, you got 25 cent, 50 cent, 75 cent. So we're going to do 75 divided by 25, which gives us roughly 3. But now we got to factor in all of these decimals. And we're going to learn in the next video how to divide decimals. So I'll share you the rule before we get into it. So 0.75 divided by 25. What you have to do is move the decimal to make your divisor a whole number. So if I moved it 1, 2 spots, I had to move this decimal 1, 2 spots. And we know that 25 goes into 0, 0 times, goes into 7, 0 times, but it goes into 75 3 times. And I'll explain all of this in the next video. So 0.3 is the correct answer. That is our final example, our problem on this video. Thank you for watching the video. I'm going to go further into dividing decimals in the next series of videos. So subscribe, get the notification button, and watch all the series of videos. Please just don't stay here for one video. I designed this channel as videos in a series, so I do one skill at a time and then I add the next one on and I get more difficult in part 1s and part 2s.